You are not your thoughts. You are not your feelings. You are not your mind. You are not your body. You are not any of the sensations or perceptions that make up the construct of who you believe you are. For who you truly are is beyond all of that. The you that you think you are is merely a construct, a myriad of sensations, perceptions, thoughts, feelings, expectations, familiar experiences, all of which becomes that image, that concept of me. And through that lens of me, your experience is created. Your entire reality is refracted through that prism of your mind, which is then reflected back to you as the world, as others, as reality. And in that sense, you're never experiencing the world. You're never experiencing others. You're never experiencing anything apart from you except for your own mind, your own beliefs, your own thoughts, your own feelings, all outpressed as the mirror of reality. For you to experience yourself, to know yourself, to accept yourself, to become the creator, the conscious creator. And you see, you're already creating everything in your reality at every single moment. You are a master manifester. You don't need to learn how to do this. You've been doing this your entire life. It's simply about making it deliberate, making it conscious. You see, you are one creative mofo. So much so that your thoughts become things. Your self-dialogue becomes your self-experience. Your inner landscape becomes your outer reality. And so this is a very interesting and powerful insight to recognize, because the world wants you to believe that everything that you desire is achieved, gained in the world, by the ways of the world, by conforming and selling yourself out to this status quo and externalized, outsourced way of being. But you see, when you reclaim the power of who you truly are and rescind your attention and turn it back onto the truth of who you are, your inner being, and you remember that infinite creativity within you, that unlimited inspiration within you, that unbelievable capacity to manifest through your thoughts, through your feelings, through your beliefs, through the frequency that you embody, and through the courage to act on that inspiration. You see, the bravery to go beyond the status quo, because there is this inertia, this momentum, this kind of resistance, but it's not out here. We project it out here such that it's something that we have to overcome. But in truth, it's something that we've adopted, something that we've bought into, something that we've believed in. It's a part of your inner landscape. And in that sense, it's a part of your old self. You see, whatever it is that you want to create, to become, to experience, it is a frequency. And so in order to shift frequencies, shift realities, you have to, in a way, overcome the inertia of the old frequency, the old reality, which, as we just discovered, is a construct of thoughts, feelings, habits, beliefs, familiar sensations, expectations, way of relating. You see, all of these are basically just relationships within your consciousness. Artificial pathways, illusory connections between ideas. But when you take your attention off of that illusory construct of seemingly real experiences and relationships, challenges, problems, circumstances, and you turn that attention back onto who you really are, and you become aware, I am that I am, the pure, unlimited, boundless, timeless, limitless, formless being that you are. Then you remember your true nature, which is that you are a creator of a whole nother kind. You see, it does not take effort for you to create. You do not need to learn how to do this. You simply need to remember who you are, to accept that power that you are, to accept and acknowledge all the ways in which you've been undermining that, outsourcing that, pretending that you're not that. And then to choose right here, right now, where you want to invest your attention. Because again, where attention goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, a reality shows. And that is how you create your reality. That is the essence of the aligned creator. This is what I talk about most frequently on this channel, becoming an aligned creator, stepping into this new world of possibilities, reclaiming the true nature of your creatorhood, which is yours by birthright, which is what this new world is. It is a collective of vibrational leaders, masterful manifestors, and you are already that. It is simply about remembering it and choosing to live it. And if you're interested in doing this with me over 12 weeks and with a group of 12 other creators, then comment Vortex down below. There is one spot left for my upcoming mastermind. I'm going to talk more about this later, but if you're interested in this, interested in joining us in this 12-week experience, then comment Vortex down below. But you see, everything that you are here to create, which is not merely just to get by, not to just make ends meet, not to just pay the bills and fit in with society, to belong, to be safe, to survive. That is the old game. That is the old world. When you wake up, when you remember who you are, when you choose powerfully to create from your innermost reality, and you become this aligned creator. And now you ask yourself, what am I really here for? Who am I really? Because this is something that you uncover more and more of. That expansion of your soul, that unfolding of your true self, is what you really came here to discover and create. You see, this realm is really like a playground. It's like a training ground where you get to experience the delay of this three-dimensional reality, where seemingly from the moment of inspiration, from that creative idea to the manifestation of it, there seems to be a gap. There seems to be time and space. And in that, because of our conditioning, because of our brainwashing, there is this opportunity for doubt, for fear, for guilt and shame, and all of these other lower frequency feelings, experiences that sabotage this innate, inherent power to create. And whether you are inclined to be an entrepreneur, to create new world businesses and new level products, projects, whether you're an artist, making tangible and bringing into form the intangible and formless creative expression of your heart and soul, or whether you're a guide or a healer and you're here to work with individuals, and through your own experience of healing and integrating and elevating yourself, that you be a demonstration and a testament to what's possible as an aligned creator in your own way. You see, no matter what you're here for and the vehicle through which you are here to create and manifest that into the world, there is a much simpler way than we've all been taught. But it requires that awareness. It requires that remembrance. It requires that courage. And courage is one of my favorite terms, because if you're familiar with the Dr. David Hawkins scale of consciousness, it is the turning point from the negative energetic aspect of that scale to the positive. It's where the fear, the doubt, the shame, the guilt, these lower frequencies are transmuted, they're alchemized into their positive, empowered counterpart. And that's where the power is accessed. That's where the confidence is accessed, through the courage. Because courage is that level of 200. It is the turning point. Everything great and beautiful has emerged through this world, into this reality, through courage. Because it has taken a certain level of belief to get beyond the status quo, to smash the paradigm, to create a whole new sense of possibility. If you're familiar with the Roger Bannister story, before Roger Bannister, no one had ever broken the 4-minute mile. Everyone had tried, no one was able to do it. And amazingly, Roger Bannister believed, and he did it, and almost immediately afterward, everyone started to do it. It's as if that paradigm was smashed, and then it became a possibility for more and more people. And you see, that, in your own way, is why you are here. Is to be a pioneer, to be a trailblazer, to be a new world creator, to smash the paradigms, to change the game, to up-level every way in which we have been creating before, and usher in a whole new paradigm of abundance, of peace, of freedom, of creativity, of connection, of fulfillment, from the deepest, truest level within each and every one of us, from your soul. And you see, by taking your attention away from all the distractions of the world, from all the ways in which everyone's telling you that you need to live, to work, to operate, to create, and you turn that attention back onto your true self. You remember, I am that I am. And you awaken that inner being. You awaken to that inner being. And you reestablish and cultivate that connection to that stream of abundance and inspiration and creativity of your pure imagination. You become like a child again. And through that creative impulse and through that conviction and faith, which is a innocence, it is a courage, it is a playfulness, unbridled, unaffected by the world, undistracted by the limitations that are trying to get you to buy into them. That's when you step into your legacy, your destiny, the real true intention of why you're here. And that's when you start to unfold your calling. You see, your calling is the true fulfillment of this moment, of this lifetime. And every moment has a beautiful little calling within it. It is that threshold of courage, which is generally on the other side of fear. usually there's fear or resistance. Now, fear is an indication of something true, something exciting, something expansive that your soul wants to experience within this realm. Whereas resistance is often something that's out of alignment. A lot of the time when we experience resistance is because our inner being is vibrating and guiding us emotionally to remind us that this is just not true for you. It's just not the way for you. But it's not quite that simple, because often what's happening is that that resistance is being filtered through a limiting belief, and then it's being confused to be something that's out of alignment, when it's actually really just fear or anxiety. And when you can discern the fear and anxiety from the resistance, and when you can be honest with yourself and uncover what is actually the calling on the other side of that fear, or the true out of alignment, whatever is here and now that's not really true for you, that's when you become the master of your reality. That is one of the hallmark qualities of the aligned creator, that discernment. Because it is that discernment that allows for you to accelerate your growth and experience on that path of least resistance through courage, by facing your fears, by facing your doubts, by uncovering the shame and the guilt that's been programmed and repeated in your experiences, which is holding you back from that unlimited expression, that unfiltered creativity, that infinite possibility that wants to emerge through you, through your business, through your art forms, through your creativity, through your practice of healing, of guidance, into this world, to create, to co-create this whole new game. That is the legacy that you are to leave behind. But the thing is, you won't know that before you step into it. This is the beautiful, tricky part of it, is that the mind wants to know. In a way, it kind of needs to know, because it feels unsafe, it feels insecure, it feels like everything is uncertain without that knowledge. That's the fear. That's why it's your calling, because who you truly are is that timeless presence. It lives and plays, it revels in the unknown. That's where it thrives. It's only the limited, small you that wants to know, that wants to see how it's all going to unfold, out of fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of making a mistake, fear of consequences, fear that it's not going to work out. But your true self knows that there's no such thing as failure, that it can't not possibly work out, because it is through the courage, the willingness to act on your inspiration, to remember in each moment who you truly are, to have faith in that, to have more faith than fear, and to follow through on your promise to yourself to be that aligned creator, to leave that legacy, to create that new world. That is why you are here. But only you will be able to discover what that actually is, what that actually is meant to become. And that is the adventure of your life. That is the call to adventure in this moment. And that is the honor that you get to experience through this unique you that you are. And so if you're interested in working with me alongside 12 others for over 12 weeks, for over 12 sessions, then comment vortex down below. We are about to begin an adventure of a lifetime to awaken your vision, to align with your calling, and to manifest your desired reality. So if you are ready to be that pioneer, to become the aligned creator, then comment vortex down below and I'll send you more information about this last remaining spot.